10 most expensive mansions in LA. Los Angeles is home to an array of public figures. It therefore shouldn't surprise you that the real estate market there features ostentatious price tags. But just how expensive are these properties? Are they worth the price tags? In this video, we're going to look at some of the most expensive and luxurious mansions in LA. If you're interested in knowing what money can do for you in the area, you may want to stick around. Number 1. Playboy Mansion. This is probably the first property that comes to the minds of most people when they think about LA. We can't blame them for that because the Playboy Mansion was a longtime home of now departed Hugh Hefner, Playboy magazine's founder. Designed by architect Ron Dursmith, the mansion is inspired by Tudor Revival and Gothic style. The mansion is huge and surpasses 21,900 square feet. It has more than 30 rooms with 8 bathrooms, 7 bedrooms, a home theater, a wine cellar, and a built-in pipe organ. As if that's not enough, the estate has a reserved standalone house just for entertainment and gaming. Once you step outside, you're introduced to various amenities including a swimming pool, an aviary, a zoo, a basketball court, and tennis court. Hefner purchased the property in 1971 after his then-girlfriend Barbie Benton discovered it and convinced him to buy it. At the time, the house went for $1.1 million, which was the highest in LA's history at the time. In 2016, it was listed for sale and was acquired for $200 million by Darn Metropolis. In 2018, he and the City of Los Angeles signed a protection covenant that safeguards the mansion from demolition, even from future owners. Number 2. The Manor. The Manor spreads over 56,500 square feet. The French chateau-style mansion has a whopping 123 rooms. And if you can't imagine how massive that is, just keep in mind that it's larger than the White House. The property was formerly the location of Bing Crosby's 1932 home. Now the manor was constructed in 1988 from a design created by architects from Janes Lagenheim and Associates for TV producer Aaron Spelling. The property sits on more than 5 acres of land and it features a tennis court, a swimming pool, statues, koi ponds, fountains, rose gardens, and rolling lawns. You may also want to note that Spelling personalized the home for his family, with his wife Cindy enjoying over 20 customized rooms, including a flower cutting room, a gift wrapping room, and barbershop. Another thing worth noting about the manor is that it features a cheese and wine room, complete with all the add-ons of sidewalk cafe-style tables and chairs. In case you're a bowling enthusiast, there's a bowling alley with a shoe closet to match. The property was sold to Petra Eccleston for $85 million in 2011. She decided to renovate the home, and that took about 4 months. Now the renovations were lavish as they included marble for the lounge and entryway, a nightclub in the basement, and a huge aquarium in the study, among other things. However, the property was again sold in 2019 for $119.7 million, which at the time was the highest sale in California's history. Number 3. The Chartwell Estate. Built in the 1930s, this French neoclassical-style mansion spreads over 25,000 square feet. The exterior is covered by symmetrically cut and carefully placed limestone. As for the interior, the best way to put it is that it's something right out of The Great Gatsby. You get a vaulted foyer, a grand ballroom, and scaled formal rooms. The expansive estate sits on more than 10 acres of land and features a 75-foot pool, 26 rooms, gardens, a pool house, and a guest house. That said, the estate has more fascinating features, including a wine vault that can accommodate more than 12,000 bottles, an underground tunnel, and a basement garage that fits about 40 cars. The original mansion was owned by civil engineer Lynn Atkinson, who gave it as a gift to his wife, but she dismissed it as pretentious, and then following that turn of events, the mansion was then sold to hotelier Arnold Kirkeby for $200,000 in the 1940s. It was again listed and sold for $150 million in 2019 to Lachlan Murdoch. If you're a fan of classic television, you may recognize the Chartwell Mansion from the sitcom The Beverly Hillbillies.
The Beverly Hillbillies,
which aired from 1962 to 1971 on CBS. Number 4. The Warner Estate. This historic property has to be one of LA's most luxurious homes. We're talking about a Georgian-style mansion that spreads 13,600 square feet. The property features 3 hothouses, a tennis court, a swimming pool, a service garage, and scenic gardens, among other things. It was designed and built in the 1930s for Jack Warner, he was one of the founders of Warner Brothers, by Roland Coate. The Warner Mansion has had its share of the glamour and the glitz, seeing that it was a backdrop to the rise of Hollywood. Originally, it was a 15-room colonial-style mansion before it was remodeled by interior designer and actor William Haynes with the help of site architect Florence Yock. Perhaps it may also interest you to learn that Jack Warner lived in the home from 1937 until he died in 1978. His wife continued to live there as well until she passed on in 1990. After that, Asylum Records co-creator David Geffen purchased the estate for $47.5 million. David then sold the property again to Jeff Bezos, who's Amazon's founder, for $165 million. This was a record-breaking sale in LA for a private property. Number 5, The Billionaire. This home was designed in 2012 by luxury developer Mikowski. Consequently, it was listed in 2017 for $250 million, making it the priciest home listed in the U.S. at the time. However, the price was brought down to $188 million in 2018 and then to $150 million in 2019. Finally, it was sold to an anonymous buyer in 2019 for $94 million. Now, The Billionaire is a huge 4-level home comprising 38,000 square feet of space, 12 bedrooms, 21 bathrooms, 3 dining areas, 5 bars, 3 kitchens, a fitness center, a wellness spa, and a 4-lane bowling alley, among other amenities. This mansion sits on a 1.08-acre piece of land. Its exterior features a 17,000 square foot deck. Other notable features include a swim-up bar, a retractable theater screen, and a glass tile infinity pool. The home looks out over a stunning view of LA, the Pacific Ocean off Malibu, and the San Gabriel Mountains. Number 6, Fleur de Lis. Situated in Holmby Hills, this 45,000 square foot mansion boasts a limestone-faced edifice and a steel-framed exterior. As for the interior, we're looking at 15 baths, 12 bedrooms, a gym, a theater, a ballroom, and a beauty salon, among other amenities. Another interesting fact about the home is that it sits on rollers. This is supposed to safeguard it in case of earthquakes. It also has a 600-foot-long driveway that extends to form a motor court that's interestingly made out of recycled granite. The inspiration behind the design of this mansion is the Palace of Versailles. Anyway, in 1996, the Fleur de Lis was commissioned by its original owners, David and Suzanne Saperstein, and it was finalized in 2002 with architect Richardson Robertson III of Robertson Partners being the designer. However, the couple divorced in 2004, and Suzanne ended up with the property as a divorce settlement. She proceeded to list it for $125 million in 2016, but it stayed on the market for about 6 years and was sold in 2014 to a Norwegian tycoon for $102 million. Number 7, the Beverly House. This mansion was once home to former newspaper mogul William Randolph Hearst. Its popularity doesn't stop there, though, because the Beverly House has a history of hosting JFK's honeymoon and being the West Coast election headquarters, and it was also the shooting location for movies like The Bodyguard and The Godfather. Its initial asking price for the mansion was $195 million, but it has since come down and is currently going for $119 million. Number 8, The One. This property is recently completed and located in Bel Air. It took about a decade to be completed and is thought to be one of the largest and most expensive homes in LA. A 105,000 square foot property is surrounded by a moat on 3 sides. Looking at it, The One appears like it's floating thanks to the architect Paul McLean, who came up with the design, and Nail Niami, who developed it. Currently, the property's asking price is $340 million. Number 9, 1210 Benedict Canyon Road. This estate sits on 2.69 acres and was built in 1994, but was remodeled in 1997. Casino mogul Steve Wynn bought it in 2015 for $47.9 million. He conducted an expansion including landscape design by Robert Truskowski, the interior design by Roger Thomas, and architecture by William Hoblinski. Number 10, Mar del More. For about $115 million, you can be the owner of this gorgeous property that means Sea of Love. It's an oceanfront gem that sits on 2.6 acres of land above the Pacific Ocean. Living here certainly has to be the finest coastal experience. Well, those are some of the most luxurious homes in LA, and as you can see, they come with price tags to match the value. Thank you for watching today's video, and if you like the content, give us a thumbs up. Please also consider subscribing to our channel for regular doses of these kinds of videos. Until next time, it's goodbye from us.